So
I can't believe you picked the wrong movie. How do you watch a trailer for one movie and then think, oh yeah, I'm sure this next one's the same? Why? Then there wouldn't be two different movies.
well, I know, but
I don't understand the thought process behind that one. You chose a movie of a trailer you didn't watch and thought it would be the same movie?
well, I thought like those people were coming in.
Okay. Next time I watch the trailer for the movie you choose to watch.
It's the same title. Is that
Different years, different people. One looks like it was being watched on VHS.
Well, I don't know. I did my best.
Oh, okay.
No, I really thought it was this, like, they were going to come on, and then they never did. So, I apologize. So, welcome to the Rennie Cats and Dog podcast. Let's add our cheesy music. Woo!
We're cheering for this.
My life's pretty boring, so I got to cheer for the things that, little things.
Well, I'm Shannon, and
I'm Shannon, and welcome to the Rennie Dogs Kids. Oh my gosh, I said it wrong.
Raining Cats and Dogs podcast, and I'm Arianna. Yep, we know that.
Oh, I think I was like loopy. I don't know what's wrong with me today.
I know you're very strange today. I know, and I can already tell.
Okay.
To recap for last week, I had a pretty good week. The highlight of my week was going grocery shopping. Then I ate this buffalo garlic dip in the car. So good. It was amazing.
It's like a hummus, but it's a dip.
Yeah. And then us and my brother's wife, we went to the haunted house attraction near us, which was fun. I just laugh when the people try to scare me.
I was so terrified during the first one we went through. So, like, at this place, there's 4 houses.
5, actually. We only did 4.
Okay. 5 houses? Well, we didn't do the clown one. I'm afraid of clowns. I was willing to do it, but Alyssa didn't want to. So, and that's okay. She doesn't like clowns worse than me. So, but yeah, I was like, no, I need to be in the middle between you girls because I was so scared. And I haven't been to a haunted house since you were a baby.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. It was fun. I liked it. I like going first, actually, because, I don't know, I feel like they scare the people behind the first person.
No, being in the middle, though, was bad because I got sprayed out of this raccoon. I got, like, wet a few times.
And that's weird that no one else had that feeling. Oh, my favorite one was there's one, like, a maze, but, it's all foggy and chain link fences and, like, people come up behind you. That one was fun. And I like the music in there for some reason. It was nice. So it was fun going through that. And then there's this one guy that was just following you for the longest time. So I would just wave at him periodically.
That's what Alyssa told her to get you. She said, get her.
No, that was a different one.
Well, I was so scared. So, like, I had told Alyssa, or, because she knew I was scared. So Alyssa saw this, like, creeped out guy. And she's like, get her. And, like, he was following me. And I actually felt his breath on my ear. Like, I moved my hair. It was down. It was so scary.
That was funny.
Yeah, I don't know. But then after that, I used to, I'm like, I can't touch them. They can't.
Yeah, they can't touch me is like what? I don't know. It's different. Like, movies scare me more than like that does because I just know like they're people.
Yeah. So I think, yeah.
What scares me is I couldn't do the one where they're like actually allowed to touch you and it's almost like they torture you. I couldn't do one like that.
No, I wouldn't do one. Yeah.
No. I also came home one day. I was like, all happy. I came home from work. I grabbed my garlic dip again. This is after I went shopping. Had that in one arm, and then I had some pita crackers in the other. She was outside, so I was grabbing those. Like, oh, a little snack when I come home from work. And then I was like, oh, what's going on? And she's like crying, sobbing in the corner.
The corner outside?
Yes. The corner of the deck.
Yeah, so it was a bad week for me. So, I've been talking about my knee like a month now, right? Like it's this ongoing thing. And I, basically the doctor, like kind of dismissed me, PT, whatever, you'll be fine. I went out and so I was trying to mow. And this like is another story. So this nice retired man he services my lawnmower like once a year. I call him, he fixes it, whatever. Well, for whatever reason, he doesn't listen. Because I'm a woman, and I told him I needed a new. Alice, why are you growling? For whatever reason, I told him I needed a new.
And he didn't listen because she's not the man.
Yes. And So what I needed is a new battery. And he didn't listen. He said, well, it worked fine for me. I'm like, I know, but if I let it go more than 4 or 5 days, it won't start. And he just said, no, really, it's fine. And I'm like, I know it's not fine because I have to then push it out to my car to jump my lawnmower if it's been more than 4 days. And Ariane has helped me a few times in this.
Yes.
So then I go to like mow the lawn. It had been like 2 weeks since I have mowed because the weather's kind of yucky here in Western New York. And guess what wouldn't start?
The lawnmower.
So like after like the 5th time of me trying to jump this lawnmower, I was just doing it in the garage with the door open. I know that's not like the safest thing, but with this knee, which was hurting already, I was not going to attempt to push out a 1,000-pound lawnmower or whatever.
I don't think it's 1,000 pounds.
It's 5,000-pound lawn.
Oh yeah.
So it wouldn't even turn over. And then the last time when I got on, I moved my knee, like I just pushed off like on my foot to get on a lawnmower to bring your leg over. And it was the worst pain. I heard something pop and it was the worst pain ever. Like I just sat and I was afraid to move and I was just crying. Like I was in severe pain. Like I sat there for 10 minutes and then I called my son and I'm like crying. I'm like, can I use your lawnmower? I need to mow. And he's like, what's wrong? Are you okay? And I'm like, I hurt my knee more. And I was like crying. And the lawnmower guy never changed the battery. And then the lawnmower won't start now. And I was a mess. And then he's like, I'll just mow for you tomorrow. Okay. And I'm like, okay, thanks. Love you. And then when Arianna came home, at that point I was outside because it was a nice day. I was draining. We have a hot tub. So I was draining the hot tub and I was trying to do the hose and hobble around. And I was just in too much pain. And yeah, that's where she found me outside, like trying to figure out how to now get on the stairs for the deck. And just, yeah, it was a mess.
Yeah.
So I went to the doctor and I'm going to get an MRI now. And they think I have torn or completely ripped my meniscus. And there was a chance I had it torn, but since I did that. He thinks it could be ripped off, and then that'll be surgery, like it detaches from the bone, and that's what holds your kneecap in place. But what I was feeling before is like sometimes when I'd walk, I'd feel things shifting and moving that shouldn't be.
Ew.
So I felt like it was
Gross.
weird and still happening now. And then they asked if I want crutches or a cane, and I chose
a cane. Like a sweet little old lady.
Thanks, Ariana. And the cane is red. It's kind of cute.
It's a cute cane.
It's a cute cane. Could you imagine me in crutches? All I'm thinking is going to be in
You trip and fall over.
or I trip other people next to me. Or how am I getting into work? So when I go to work, I have my work bag, my lunch bag, my purse, and I'm usually holding a coffee. And I'm like, how am I carrying all these things into work with crutches? Like, am I waiting around to flag a friend to help me? Like, people just park away from me to avoid me?
Yeah, I would avoid you if I worked with you.
Look, ladies, like the 5th time this month, I'm done helping you. So, yeah. Or I'd have to buy a backpack to carry everything. And then I couldn't have like a coffee really in the morning.
No, the cane better. And it sounds like you need to condense how much stuff you're bringing to work. Do you really need 5 different bags?
I do. I need my purse.
No, you don't. Combine whatever a purse, all you need is like your wallet and your keys. I toss my wallet and my keys inside of my work bag.
Well, yeah, but I never know where my keys are in my purse. So
that's weird.
I know.
You should know where those are.
Yeah, so really that's the only thing going on with me. Other than, my friends came over and took down the childhood swing set this weekend.
I would say it would be friend, singular.
Well, my friend, her husband, and child.
Yes.
Why are you making it seem weird?
And say all my friends came over.
Well, it wasn't like a barn racing or anything. Like it was 50 people. No. So they took down my swing set because it was really falling over. I mean, you're 23. We don't need to have a swing set any longer. And I think it would be unsafe for grandchildren.
Yeah.
So, though I just sit in the swing, I was like, ooh, is this going to hold me? And it did. The swings were in pretty good shape, actually, because I bought them for your grad party.
Yeah, the swings were fine.
But the whole base that the swings were attached to, not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was nice that they helped with that.
It was nice.
And now I have an empty space where I think I'm just gonna let grass grow because we have like pea gravel there. So I'm just gonna let grass grow.
Oh, could we use that gravel for around the pool?
We could if you want to shovel it and then put it in a wheelbarrow. And
Ask me that next summer. Because it's too late. It's too cold out now to do that.
Plus, you're in school
Yeah.
with lots of stress. So, anyway, should we discuss some of the topics I've seen on social media?
And now we're going into the segment where we talk about mom's news.
What is happening today?
That's like, it's part of the show now. It's the segment of Mother News. Shannon's News. The Daily with Shannon.
Oh my God. All right, I don't know what's happening today, but okay. So I don't know. I feel like I'm just being made fun of.
No.
Yeah. So I saw this little article, and just because, we're the Raining Cats and Dogs podcast, I thought it would be cute to mention this and have a discussion about this. So there's a photo of this little kitten, and it's on a website called We All Love Cats, and it was on Facebook. And it says, man gets ultimatum from his vegan girlfriend who demands he give away his cat. And then Bisham's, I've had my cat my whole life, Mittens, for 3 years. Well, I don't, my whole life. I think he meant the cat's whole life. My vegan girlfriend said the very act of owning a pet is a violation of vegan principles.
What?
Yes, she thinks vegans should not own animals that violates what vegans principles.
That cat would probably be in a shelter dead by now if it wasn't for him.
Yeah, well, I read the article, and it was what was really bothering her is that the cat eats meat or meat byproducts that's in its food, or if it's outside, it would catch mice, and that's inhumane that the cat eats mice.
That's like the natural way of life for animals.
Yes.
The cat needs meat. Cats and dogs can't go on a no meat diet.
Right, because that's not healthy for them.
Yeah.
I know it'll be cut out, but right now all I'm hearing is Zuko breathing. He's very close to you, and your dog.
He's so cute. But yeah, like, sure, you can make your own choices to not eat meat, but you shouldn't choose, like, to starve your cat.
Right.
No. Continue.
All right. Yeah, so I agree. People are very conflicted, like they commented on the article, but yeah, it was just weird. Like, I don't know. He said this is the only issue with the girlfriend. Other than that, their relationship.
It's a pretty big issue. I'm sure they have other issues. Is he vegan? Because I'm sure with that attitude, she doesn't allow him to eat meat.
No, he doesn't. He became vegan, and he was fine with that.
I don't think I could become vegan if I started dating a guy that was vegan. I like my meat.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, you couldn't?
No.
Yeah.
And vegan's a lot of foods you can't eat. It's not just vegetarian.
Right. I can see.
No animal byproduct, like no cheese. I could give up cheese, I think. But I like eggs. I like fish. I don't know if they can eat fish or not.
I don't know.
Some, I think.
Is it pescatarian? I think pescatarians can eat fish and chicken.
White meat or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. I could give up pork.
I could give up pork really easy too.
I'd be very selective in what I gave up.
Yeah.
I could give up like milk products.
Yes. Well, I think we're all like a little bit lactose intolerant. I couldn't give up meat. I think or cheese. I mean, I
think I could give up cheese.
And I could give up like chicken and beef for a little while.
I could like really cut down, but every once in a while I'm gonna crave. Oh, though I do really like fake chicken nuggets, so I guess I could get on that instead.
I think they're healthy though.
But they taste so good.
They taste good. I love fake chicken nuggets. So yeah. And then another article I saw, which is very interesting, is do not mention these. Well, it said like these 4 words, but they only have 2 listed in this article, so I don't know. Do not mention these words, or you can be screened for police to be watching you, and they may come and knock on your door. So this couple, on 2 separate occasions, 2 separate days, this Googled pressure cooker, and then the next day they looked up backpacks. And for whatever reason, they assumed they put you on like a watch list because they thought you were building a bomb for a backpack with a pressure cooker.
Huh.
Yeah.
Strange. I have heard of pressure cookers can explode if you don't like do the what? The thingy to the thingy?
That's why we don't have one.
No, I would forget that step. I definitely hurt myself and burn down something.
Yeah. So yeah, but I found it interesting. I'm like, well, And she looked those up 2 separate days, like, because it was, like, back to school, looking for a new backpack for her child, and then she thought about getting a pressure cooker just because of all the pressure cooking recipes. So it was just and then police knocked
Interesting.
on her door. I thought it
Now,
was
if I were to put in Google how to build a bomb, do you think they would
Please don't put my IP address. We don't need, like, the SWAT team coming through all the doors,
I'll do it at
windows.
I'll do it at Anthony's.
There you go. With my luck, they get confused and come over here because we're next door.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that was all, though. Things I wanted to discuss.
And that is it for Mom's Daily News.
I hate this, and we're not doing this ever again.
Why not?
You saying that?
Why?
I don't like it.
Okay.
Oh, actually, it's not all I have.
Ooh. Yes.
So I listened to a podcast called Ladies and Tangents. So they're just fun and goopy, and sometimes they have educational stories and they do quizzes and things as well. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to do this quiz with Arianna. So I'm giving them credit for this quiz. It's on BuzzFeed, and it is what soup are you as you're coming into the soup season?
I want to know what soup I am. What soup are you?
I'll tell you after.
Okay, what's the question?
So I have to take off my glasses because I'm blind. I can't see with them. So it says, pick your favorite comfort food: fried chicken, cornbread, mac and cheese, stew, chicken pot pie, casserole, meatloaf, pizza, or chocolate.
Stew? What does this mean by Southern person? I don't want fried chicken, cornbread,
Well,
pot pie.
So stew?
Yeah.
Pick an item of cold weather clothing. So just whatever first that you would grab on.
Okay.
A beanie,
No.
a poncho,
No.
an overcoat, which is just a coat.
No.
Gloves,
No.
scarf,
No.
mittens,
No.
boots,
Mm.
rain boots,
No.
long underwear.
Long underwear.
So you have to pick something. You said no.
I think the boots.
Okay.
Because I avoid coats when I can.
Understood. Choose a cold beverage: iced coffee,
Yes.
smoothie,
No.
milkshake,
No.
sangria,
Ooh.
tomato juice,
Ew.
iced tea,
Eh.
lemonade,
Hmm.
soda, which is pop in Western New York,
Pop.
or chocolate milk.
I would have to go iced coffee because that's what I drink most out of everything from that.
Okay. Pick a movie to watch tonight. So these are your choices, and this is what you're going to watch. You're going to watch Saving Private Ryan,
Mhm.
Titanic,
Mhm.
When Harry Met Sally,
Never seen that.
Home Alone.
Ugh, I hate those movies.
Really? I
Yeah.
love them. Mulan,
Oh, that's a good one.
Die Hard, which is not
A Christmas movie.
a Christmas movie. Amelie, Amelie. I don't know what that movie is.
Oh, never heard.
Okay. 13 Going on 30,
That's cute.
or Bridget Jones's Diary.
Never watched that one either. Let's go with Mulan.
Okay. Warm weather is good for going for a walk, hitting the beach, sleeping, hanging out on a patio, hiking, walking the dog, partying, gardening, or swimming.
Ooh, I'm between swimming and walking the dog. I'm go with swimming.
Choose a pizza: white clam,
No, that's a pizza. Never heard of that.
pepperoni,
No,
sausage,
no,
cheese,
no,
margarita,
no.
veggie,
Mm,
ham and pineapple,
no,
barbecue chicken,
no,
deep dish.
no. I don't really like pizza. Do you think the vegetable's a white base
Probably a white base.
or pesto? I'll go with that one as long as on those conditions. It has to be like a pesto or a white base.
Not to be particular.
Oh, I don't like normal pizza.
Choose a vacation destination:
Ooh, where am I going?
Paris,
Okay.
Milan,
Ooh,
Lisbon,
ooh,
Mexico City, Johannesburg,
no.
Buenos Aires,
Okay.
Shanghai,
Ooh,
New York,
I love here.
Tokyo.
Ooh, Tokyo.
Well, I think vacation when I thought vacation New York, I'm thinking New York City, not like
I am thinking New York City, but that's not a vacation to me. I don't want to go somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
If my dream vacation, we're definitely going out of the country.
okay, I get it.
but I wouldn't go to any of those places, especially if someone else was paying.
All right, that's fair. So guess what your soup is?
Oh, I feel like cheddar broccoli.
No, miso soup.
Miso!
We named she named her kitten miso.
Is the Tokyo question just gives everyone a miso soup?
No, I had chicken noodle.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you didn't hit Tokyo's.
I did not.
Your chicken noodle.
You are seemingly a minimalist. No, you're not.
I can't be
surprisingly complex. That's you.
That is true. I think that's true.
All right, we'll take it. So my chicken noodle. Okay,
chicken noodle. You do seem like a chicken noodle.
I am a cheddar broccoli all the way.
You're a chicken noodle.
I feel like you're saying Chicken Little because we watched it last night.
If you were a cartoon, you'd be Chicken Little.
So I'm a well-liked classic, just like
you're a classic.
Yeah, I guess so.
Nice.
Yeah. And that is it for me.
All right. So now, as it's the end of spooky season, we're going to go to the scariest thing of them all. People in relationships.
I'm very worried.
Okay. Do you want to start it off like right off the bat, or do you want to ease into it?
Let's ease into it.
Okay. So we're going to start with, I'm so afraid of my roommate that I only leave my room with an active sound recorder.
What? What is happening?
This is posted on r/bad roommates by Single Pringle Mingle.
Pringle Mingle?
Pringle Mingle. I've been living in a mixed-sex student house for a few years now. A month ago, one of our old male roommates moved out and a new guy moved in his place. We all have small, separate rooms, but share a bathroom and a kitchen. At first, the guy seemed fine. He said he liked cleaning and was honestly quite charming. I'm a bit of a chatterbox, so I took the role of warming him up to the place. I showed him where we kept the stuff, explained the cleaning schedule, and let him know that although we have our own cooking utensils, we usually just share them for convenience. He seemed very happy with that and even brought his electric kettle for the rest of us to use as well. He seemed good, for a while at least. We're both night owls, so we bumped into each other in the kitchen and chatted a lot during cooking. However, our conversation started getting weird and uncomfortable. One time he mentioned me having a very vegetarian diet, later following with a lecture on how he eats meat every day, and I should too. I just shrugged and said I'm doing fine with my veggies, but since he works out a lot, it's normal for him to eat a lot of meat. I let him try a bit of my guacamole when he suddenly offered me a small plate of a dish from his country. He said it was fried rice with potatoes and spices. After I took a few bites, he suddenly decided to mention that it contains pork as well. If that wasn't weird enough, 2 days later, he came up to me out of nowhere, asked when I am cooking something for him.
Oh, okay.
I'm not done yet.
Okay. Why did you pause like that?
I know it looked like you were going to say something. When he saw me being very taken aback, he tried to play it off as a joke. Me being petty, I made him a bowl of soup that was way too spicy for him and watched him suffer while trying to finish it. I thought he learned his lesson, but apparently not. Strange remarks continued. He noticed one of my plants getting dry. I must have forgotten to water it. He started laughing that I must enjoy killing things and that he used to be the same way back home at his family home. He would buy farm animals only to kill them a few days later, and it was one of his favorite activities.
What? Oh my god, like, okay.
That came out of nowhere. I tensed up and said, I don't think that these things are comparable at all. He shrugged it off, as if he had just said something so out of pocket. Then without asking, he grabbed my water filter jug and started watering my plants with it. Then he just left it empty on the counter and walked out. I was too dumbfounded to say anything. On a few separate occasions, he also started commenting how good, well-behaved, shy, submissive I was. Every time I protested, but all he said was that I looked like it, so I must be it.
What is happening there? Like, I don't know what I would do. It'd be so uncomfortable.
My last straw was him taking one of my favorite decorative hand towels and permanently staining it.
Ew.
Our cleaning cloths apparently have ran out, but instead of buying new ones and asking to split the cost like we've been doing all the time, he decided to take the towel and use it as a cleaning rag. In the morning, I told him that we will need to talk about something in the evening. During that whole evening, he hid in his room. When I confronted him about it the next day, he literally stood over me and started yelling at me. He said it was just a stupid towel and it's meant for cleaning anyways, that I'm just stupid for yelling at him for cleaning. I told him not to cut me off and derailed the conversation. My point was that he has to be respectful of all the belongings in this house, shared or not. Then he started yelling even louder at me, and the third roommate, also a girl, are not allowed to share a shower. Wait, hold on, sorry. Then he started yelling even louder that at me and the third roommate are not allowed to shower when he sleeps because that's disrespectful to him. I told him that I will not stand for this and that all he's doing is trying to change the topic. Then he scoffed at me and said that if I don't want my stuff touched, then I shouldn't keep it in the kitchen. So it's basically my fault for leaving it there. Right. I can't write the whole conversation here, but those were the most important points. After he noticed me holding my phone in my hand, I had secretly turned on sound recording because I was getting very scared. He yelled at me, "Why do I need my phone right now?" So I told him that he knows damn well why. He left the room, acting as I just offended his whole family. After that, he pretended to ignore me, but in reality, he was glaring at me all the time. He would obnoxiously slam all the cabinets and sigh loudly anytime I entered the kitchen. For context, ever since he moved in, he was using my pots for cooking. They're very characteristic red enamel pots that can also double as deep frying pans. I understood why he liked them so much. These are damn good pots. I don't have a problem with it, but I noticed that they were left dirty in the sink overnight, or only cleaned on the inside and left to dry with all the dirt and gunk still left on the outside. He would also leave his dirty dishes on the counters, that would just sit there all day as if he was checking if one of us girls would clean after him. The dishes and the cutlery he washes are often left with visible food chunks and sauce stains. He also leaves all the knives blades sticking side up in the dryer. It's also if he's leaving little traps and messes for me and the other roommate, and then goes around the house and obnoxiously announces how messy the house is because one of us accidentally left some hair in the bathtub. I see how it is. He's pedantic only when it comes to me and then the roommate cleaning. The second straw, gosh, this is a long post. The second straw for me is when he hid one of the pots in his room all day. And when I asked to bring it back, not only did he give it back dirty, but also without the lid. He quickly then closed his room and left the house so that I couldn't mention the lid. I don't think he realized that they were specifically for my pots, but I'm sure he did all the petty hiding because he saw me using them a lot. So I played a waiting game. As soon as he brought out the lid, thinking he's victorious, my plan has started. I took every single one of my belongings out of the kitchen as soon as he wasn't looking. I did it in a way that he can tell whether it's me or the other roommate. So now the kitchen is barren, barely anything to cook with, no pretty towels. Luckily, the other roommate doesn't mind because she has her own stuff also hidden in her room. I know all of it's just a petty game, but I feel like he's trying to control the whole house. I decided to nip this behavior in the bud. He obviously doesn't like this. His demeanor has been very hostile, especially now that all the good kitchen utensils are gone. I can feel his eyes on my neck all the time I'm outside my room. But I have to leave, I have to go to the bathroom and cook for myself. I have to take showers, but he still won't speak to me, but I feel the tension. I know he's going to blow up one day, and it feels sooner rather than later. I don't have enough evidence to show my landlord yet, so kicking the guy out is not an option. All I can do is keep the phone on me and record everything. I'm scared, and I don't know what else to do. I don't think I can live like that long term, but I really like this place, and I don't want to move out. All my friends and family know what's been going on. I have a support system just in case. I will not be chased away, even if I'm scared as hell.
So in the beginning, I was focused on his comment that it kind of derailed into like pettiness and him holding pots and going back and forth. But I think what I would be scared of would be because he said he used to kill animals and then he called her submissive.
The submissive was weird, but he's also from, it seems like a different country. So a lot of times, they buy like fresh food at the markets and, but he's fresher that way.
It sounds like he did it though. To kill him.
It sounds like he enjoyed it. Yes. Yeah, which is weird.
It didn't sound like, I had to kill animals to eat. It sounded like I killed them for pleasure.
Yeah. Very strange.
Like, that was really weird. Was there like a top comment that there's a lot for me to process and it takes me a couple minutes to process.
Top comment is, well, you can at least mention to your landlord how uncomfortable he makes you to. At least get someone else's attention on the matter so that if something else does happen, you've already warned someone.
Yeah, I mean, there was no big, like, other than him screaming at
No.
them. No big, like, any other
It's just like a
issue.
bunch of little things I could see adding up, making you uncomfortable.
Yes.
I like the pettiness of hiding all of the yeah.
Hiding all your pots and utensils and yeah, a little strange. And it sounded like he was still trying to be friendly in the beginning, like by watering the plot, watering the plant. I
Yeah.
don't know.
So OP did like respond saying that she felt like he's trying to check how far he can push my boundaries. Gets aggressive when I don't let him. If anything else happens, I'll try to convince my other roommate to report him to the landlord with me.
Yeah, it just sounds very uncomfortable, and I wouldn't want to live there. I mean, I would also sleep with the door locked.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully there is locks on it.
Yeah, I would hope so. Yeah, it just doesn't seem like it's a good mix or match. I think living
No.
with strangers would be hard.
I think so.
I wouldn't like that.
Me either.
Yeah, it sounds awful. Okay.
It does. Ready for the next one?
Yeah.
This is going on r/relationship advice by Maleficent-AD-4146. Boyfriend, male 25, and I, female 23, constantly arguing about finding cum-stained clothing in our car. How do I stop this?
Oh my God. What? Like, ew. Come on.
In the last 3 years we've been together, I have clothes filled with cum on them in our car. It doesn't happen every month, but it happens too often for me to just let it go. Asked him out the other times, and he just says, "Oh, I was sitting in the car and just handled it before coming inside."
Ew.
I just said, "Okay, it's weird, but I guess." We live in a studio apartment, so I just chalked it up to maybe he feels like he doesn't have enough privacy.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, why not just go into the bathroom or handle it while I'm in the shower? We talked about it before him, and I told him I'll give him more space. When he's in the bathroom, leave him uninterrupted. But today, I found one of my shirts in the car with cum on it, and it was different. I knew he was lying. I left the shirt in the car during the weekend because I bought a new one to change into. His excuse was that the same thing he always says. Then he grabbed it from the house a couple days ago, and he had planned to use it, but it was already in the car. Wait, hold on. This is written weirdly. I bought a new one to change into. His excuse was the same thing he always says. Then he said he grabbed it from the house a couple of days ago and had the plan to use it, but it was already there in the car because I left it there. Then he said it was snot from blowing his nose. He's been out a lot more lately. We don't have sex often anymore, so it's sending me into a spiral just thinking about everything. I don't know what to do in this situation. How do I get to the truth? Edit. I wanted to clear some things up. Not that it really matters, but this was the first time I found it on my clothes. His lies were he used it to blow his nose, and it was snot. If it's true, I wouldn't be okay with this either. The shirt was already in the car because I left it there. He's addicted to porn. I have scheduled an STIs/STD screening on Tuesday.
Yeah, I would too. He's addicted to porn, so he's watching it in the car. But like people could be walking by. He had arrested.
Ew, yeah, not in public.
Public? Or is he
weird? Ew.
Saying you blew your nose on a shirt.
It's so gross.
So disgusting. Like, if my nose is running that bad and I needed to blow my nose
okay, yeah,
on a
but
shirt,
that's not the point. But the point is,
wouldn't you wash it and get rid of it as soon as possible?
Yeah, but I'd rather have someone blow their nose on my shirt than that.
That is true. That is so disgusting. I think she needs a different relationship is what she needs.
Yeah, ew.
And like, why is he in public? Like, he could be in the bathroom or in the shower.
It's called the shower.
I think he's just sitting in the car watching porn and taking care of himself, and that's not okay.
Ew.
Take care of yourself in the privacy of your own home. Or at least in private, not in public.
So more information from OP. He uses whatever is in his car. This is the 5th time I found something with cum on it. Before it was his socks or his shirt. Someone's like, gross. And illegal. You can't just whack off in public, even if you are going to splooge it in your girlfriend's clothes. Top comment was, hold on. Oh, what the fuck did I just read? He's using your clothes as cum rags in the car?
That's so disgusting. I can't even imagine. Like, ew.
Ew.
Yeah, I think that'd just be the end of the relationship. I don't think that can be fixed. I think if you like to enjoy pleasuring yourself in your car, I just can't move forward with you.
Yeah. Oh, so someone commented, what the fuck? He's a weirdo or he's smashing other women in the car. And then someone else responded to that saying, or creepily watching women while he's sitting in his car.
Yeah, I was wondering that too.
And then someone else said, that's what I think. He's probably getting off to unsuspecting people going about their day. Maybe even window peeping, or he gets off on the idea of non-consenting people catching him in the act.
Ew, right? Because, like, what if you're just out for a walk, walking your dog outside? You know, you see someone in a car and you know how you happen to make eye contact? Like, that is disgusting. Ew, and now a new fear unleashed when you walk by.
Another comment, you'd be surprised on how many people sit in parking lots in areas where attractive women walk back and forth from their vehicles wanking it. A store I worked at had like 12 guys arrested during the summer months. We had a whole protocol around it because it happened so often. I hated that part of the protocol was a manager had to see it on camera before LP could call the PD. So many chicks I didn't need to see.
Oh my gosh, that's so gross. What's
you gotta record it before you can even report it.
So gross. Well, I guess you need proof.
Ew.
Ew. Come on. Like, no.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was such a problem.
Me either. Like, that is so disgusting. Come on.
It's so gross.
Like, and you know what? There's like enough porn and stuff out there. Like, just take care of yourself at home, in the bathroom, or your bed, or wherever, in your private house.
Yeah. Okay, you ready for the next one?
Is it as gross? Out.
I think that's why I said the scariest thing is people.
Gosh. Okay, keep it coming.
This is also on Relationship Advice by Throw RA Confused Div.
Okay.
Husband, 25 male, and I, 24 female, had a threesome he wanted. He left in the middle of it. How do I proceed?
Well, they usually say in threesomes, someone's left out.
But he wanted it.
He wanted it, and he became left out.
My husband and I have been together 8 years and married for 3. Wait, 8? Okay, married for 3. So they got married she was 21. He was 22. But they've been together for 8 years.
So since like in
12?
high school?
No,
12,
I can't math. Wait, 24 minus 8.
16?
Yeah. Okay, that's not weird. 16 and 17 is not weird.
No, that's not weird.
I can't math. Anyways, we have an active sex life and had a very good romantic relationship. In the past month and a half, we have been talking about opening the relationship to be able to experience things together. I have only known him, and he has had other experiences. We have very close friends who have an open relationship for their entire friendship, and we're in the talks of doing something together with our female friend. We spent a very long time talking about how we only want this to be physical and not emotional. We set up rules and made sure that if we proceed with this, we must be very open and communicate everything. After a lot of back and forth and prep, we decided we want to go. You have a cat in your arms?
I do.
She's so cute. Little miso.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Go back.
After a lot of back and forth prep, we have decided we want to go forward with this and plan to get together one of these days since we are in a different state. We traveled yesterday to visit our friends and see family. He did not mention anything about doing things today with said friends, and I expected today just to be a very platonic get-together. Towards 11:30, he told me he wanted to do things with her, and very shortly after that, she pulled me aside to let me know that my husband expressed that to her. I did not want to be involved at first since 1, he did not state that it was a 3-way, and 2, I was exhausted. Fast forward, after some truth or dare exercises, I got involved and it was great. I went to shower quickly and prep while they continued alone, and by the time I got back, he got off and they were waiting for me. We continued and it was honestly fun. Sometime after I got off, he just stared at us, ignored our calls for invitation, and he just left the house. My friend and I quickly got dressed and we ran out to follow, confused. He was expressing how he was feeling insecure and jealous, and that it completely killed his mood. Without going into extreme detail, we asked our friend to give us space. My husband basically said he didn't like seeing me in that situation and that the sex was unfair. It was 2 a.m. by this point, and I didn't want to look insane arguing outside, so after some back and forth, I told him we can continue inside. He explained that He felt bad once he saw that she was going down on me and I was having fun. He let it bottle up instead of saying anything. He just walked out. At first, I was trying to understand and try to talk about this more, till my friend mentioned that they talked about this prior and that she thought he would be okay. I was very confused because I thought this was a last-minute thing. Turns out he's been sexting her and talking to her about this for a month, all while telling her that I knew. She was very open and handed me her phone and showed me all the texts and messages where she reiterates that I needed to be told / made aware and be okay with it. And he always told her I was good with it. This is where it all went to shit. He has been lying to all of us. He has been keeping things a secret. Worst of all, he worded / did things in a way that I am in a position to just agree with it. I had a very serious and harsh conversation with him in front of our friends that what he did broke all the rules we set. I even found out that he came in her during this. We were fighting until 6 a.m. I generally don't know if we can come back from this. It's not about the sex, it's about the lying and throwing back the blame on me. He does this often. Halfway through me tearing him a new one, he admitted to all his faults and provided no excuses. He generally thought that this was going to be a problem because I agreed to wasn't going to be a problem because I agreed to explore too. He said that the sex was unfair because it felt like I was getting special service and not him. By the time I got involved, he was already basically finished. Everything led to him basically acting out because I got involved in the sex. He just wanted me to let him have fun, but won't accept that I want to as well. He left back to our home state, and I will be staying here for another 2 weeks. I don't even know how to feel, and I have been jumping from sad to mad to nothing. I'm sorry if this isn't as detailed or if it's messy. It is missing a lot. This is the first time I am writing a post this long ever. I can provide more details and questions. I know that this stemmed from an insecurity from him, but I would like some advice on how to approach him with this and see why he generally thought this would be okay. How do I proceed with this? What can I do to help him understand what he did was not okay at all? There's an update. Do you want to react first?
Oh my, there's so much.
So it sounds like he just wanted to sleep around but didn't want her to.
Right, but he wanted her to be okay with it.
But they set up rules and he went behind her back and ignored those rules because she was fine with it as long as she knew. And he lied and didn't tell her.
Right, and then,
it's like those couples that want to have the open relationship and then get upset once like the wife is getting someone they're not.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I think this whole thing, I don't like that he was talking to the friend beforehand. I don't like that he was going behind her back and lying.
Then upset when she actually joined.
Yeah, no. I mean, obviously anything could be salvaged if you wanted to do counseling and talk about it, but I think right now he's not accepting any responsibility either. So yeah, I am not, your cat is all over you. So I would not be okay with this either.
No.
So what's the update?
Okay. This is like listed out into like different points. 1, I told him to seek therapy. I refuse to do anything / talk until he can get some sessions in. This way I can also have some time for myself as well as actually enjoying time visiting friends and family. He has already signed up to some programs and is waiting for an appointment according to another mutual friend. 2, I don't really care about sex and I'm not emotionally connected to the act itself, just him. I could live the rest of my life without it, but I am completely love my husband and I want to bang with him. 3, he was very much telling me for weeks that he was on the same page with me. We collect our nut and go. He obviously lied about that too. 4, my friend didn't even know he came in her until I rejoined and he said it. We were both very shocked. She is on birth control and thoroughly cleaned out as much as humanly possible. 5, I tore him a new one and yelled at him nonstop. Oh my gosh. Nonstop.
Apparently neither of us can talk.
For like 4 hours. I just don't know if he actually understands what he did. I seriously do not care about the sex / sexting if he had just told me about it. 6, we, friends and I, have 1,000% trust in each other. If he let them know that I'm sick, they wouldn't even ask me directly. They would just start making me soups and teas. He kept reassuring her letting her know that I was okay and aware, and I was not. If there's anything else, I'll update probably. Thank you all for your responses. We already had discussed this among friends, minus him, and mentioned most things that were commented below. This is very soothing / calming to be able to see outsiders' opinions that match what I'm feeling. I hope y'all have a good night / day. Top comment. He started without you? Didn't seem much like a threesome then. Then they're like, right? He was having sex with a friend, just the two of them. He didn't even wait for her. She wasn't even there. In what world is this a threesome and not just straight out lying and cheating?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. He didn't wait. I'm wrapping my head around this one. Like, this is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another comment that got an award. They missed 3 important words in this situation. Trust, but verify. Especially with stuff like this when 3 people are involved. All 3 should have sat down together before anything happened and talked it out before they hammered one out. They missed this crucial step and now has caused a massive amount of chaos and drama. OP's husband wanted to cheat and for OP to be cool with it. It backfired. He has to live with the consequences of his shitty behavior now.
Yeah, it's terrible. Like, people that do these things, like, you have to have rules and follow, respect, and trust.
There's a comment. I was the guest star for a couple I knew, and we planned it for a long time. We had a group chat, and I privately texted him and her equally. Exactly the same kind of messages, and said I had no issue with them sharing my texts with each other. It was lovely. We're still friends, and they're married now. Felt like 2 people are talking, and the third was getting information secondhand. Then there's no safety for that person, physically or emotionally. It's kind of like doing a group project at work, except, naked.
Well, right. Like, you need trust. You need, like, respect.
Communication.
He didn't have any of those things.
Yeah, someone else, like, he wanted to cheat on you, and the threesome was a cover. He got mad when you participated. Basically, your husband has an affair and gaslit you of his unwitting affair partner. Never trust him after this.
No, absolutely not. I am still, I'd be so angry at him. Because how do you trust him going forward?
Yeah.
And, like, what if you have an attractive friend? Is he texting her on the side saying that you know about it?
Yep. Oh, someone else said, men generally think that threesomes is 2 women's bodies to please him. He is not the least bit interested in anything but his own pleasure, and the fact that he was left out for a time ruined his fantasy.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, terrible, terrible, terrible.
Very terrible.
I feel bad. Like, I think their relationship can be salvaged with some counseling and therapy and they can work through it, but now he has to re-earn her trust back.
Yep. Would you stay in that relationship?
No. I mean, I'm not married. I mean, it's so easy when I'm not the one emotionally involved to say, nope, get out.
Yep.
But when you're emotionally involved, I think if they want to, that's why I mentioned counseling. It's enough to try.
Yeah.
But he also has to own responsibility, accept what he did was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was open for the threesome. Like, you just have to follow rules and, yeah.
Yeah. Ready to switch to some less scary things like ghost stories?
Actually, there is something else I forgot to talk about and about this week that happened to me, too.
Oh, that's right. You didn't even tell me you had a scary experience?
Oh, I was going to talk about something else.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to save that for next week about the delivery guys.
Oh, yeah. Next week.
We'll keep you guessing. Now this sounds like a porno we're talking about sex. So delivery guys.
I wasn't home one day. So Mom scheduled 2 delivery guys to come over. And they delivered.
Oh, gosh. Oh, that's funny. No, so I had a spooky experience. I guess this is how we can wrap up our spooky season.
Yeah.
So I have a little spooky story. So I hope it was like ever since our one cat, like Lily, passed away years ago, I used to feel like how she'd jump on the bed at night, even when she was no longer there. You see Alice. Alice is playing with our cat Miso, but Alice is a dog and the cat's like 10 pounds. So there's a little. Actually, I think Alice is getting beat up. I see claws inside my dog.
Like, continue your story. I'll keep an eye on them.
I just want her to be careful because the kitten's little. Yeah. So I was laying in bed and I couldn't sleep, and I was just laying there, and my knee was really hurting, so I could not get comfortable. And all of a sudden, I felt like this on my back. It was like a whole arm.
No.
Yeah, I'm like, please it was a little bit. It felt like a human arm, like resting to cover my back.
No.
I stood there and froze. I stood there, I was sitting, laying down. I laid there and froze. And then I could turn on the light because it was from the direction of the light because I was facing the other way and it was my back. And nothing was there. Then I just left my light on for a while and just sat there. I'm like, oh my gosh, it was so scary. And then I tried to say, well, maybe it was Lily. I used to feel
It was Lily.
Yeah, it really felt like a human arm, like the whole length of my spine almost. It was weird.
Yikes. All right. So from r/ghost stories, I've got a couple. This was posted by Andrew Flame of the West. Not mine and not creepy, but from my dad. He married his college sweetheart who had epilepsy, and one day he came home from work and found her dead in their bathroom. He was obviously heartbroken and had a hard time planning a funeral and such. He went to get a haircut for the funeral at one point, and while driving, was struck with massive grief and started sobbing and not paying attention to the road. Suddenly his head whipped up and he yelled, "Watch out, dear!" None of it being his own volition. He saw that he was swerving into oncoming traffic, was able to correct just in time. Dear was the pet name that his first wife always called him, and he always attributed that experience to her trying to take care of him from the beyond.
Oh, see, that's really sweet.
Isn't
That's
that?
creepy at all.
I know.
So yeah.
I mean, so sad that she died, but like she still was looking out for him.
Do you believe in guardian angels? I do.
I think so. Yeah. And then another one was from Budoko Kanano. When I was 8 to 9 years old, I was playing alone in my grandma's house, jumping from sofa to another TV. Oh, wait, sorry. I'm skipping words when I'm reading. Jumping from one sofa to another, then the TV was on, showing 3 men discussing something. And all of a sudden, one of the men stood up and shouted, "Young boy, do not jumping on the sofa." And after that, he sat down and continued the discussion like nothing happened. I was so shocked and stopped playing immediately. It was a bizarre and weird experience.
That's weird. Well, that makes me think of my grandpa. So after he had passed, so he passed when we were away in Ireland, actually. And every once in a while, the TV would come on, and a psychic had told me that that's my grandfather kind of messing with me, but also to let me know that he's there.
Oh.
And so the TV, remember the TV in like
it would.
in the morning?
I hated it.
It would be like full blast loud. It'd be scary. Like, so sometimes I'd come out and turn it off. Sometimes it'd turn off by itself. So I would just like, okay, I hear it out there and I don't want to go out there.
No.
And it would turn off. Though remember I said it's been a long time since my grandpa's done that? Mm-hmm. And then it did that the other night. Yes.
Oh,
damn. Grandpa, you don't have to turn on the TV though. Okay.
Please don't. We understand you're here for us. Okay. Another one is from OK-Willingness3398. This one is kind of recent, so I'm still sorting through it all. But about a week ago, I got woken up multiple times throughout the night by the feeling of someone watching me. And each time I woke up and I saw a shadowy figure in my room. And each time I woke up, it got closer. By the last time I woke up, it was standing directly next to my bed. But when I finally woke up for the day, I just kind of wrote it off as weird because I've always seen kind of shadow figures, but never to that extent. I told my friends about it the next morning, and one of my friends said the exact same thing happened to her the same night. I thought it was really creepy, but just wrote it off as some weird coincidence. Flash forward to this yesterday. My other friend in our trio told us a really similar thing happened to her that night. She woke up feeling like someone was watching her. When she woke up in the morning, she had a knot in the back of her head, and the way her bed is set up, there's no way she could have hit herself without literally falling out of the bed. And later that day, when she told her roommates about it, they said the exact same thing happened to them.
No way.
Woke up throughout the night to a shadowy figure watching them. Something to note about this is that we do not live near each other. I live about 3 hours from all of them, and I haven't seen them in months because of school. I've never met any one of my friends' 2 roommates. Wish I had more of an update, but we're currently freaking out a little bit.
Understandable. When was that posted?
4 days ago.
Okay, so this is new. That's creepy.
Yeah.
Any updates?
Looking.
That's just creepy.
Yeah, and I don't see any updates, but isn't that weird? Let's see if I can go to the profile. Oh, let's see. No. Weird.
I don't know. I'd be weirded out if it just happened to you and me at the same night. Like, we both had experiences, but they weren't the exact same.
Yeah, no, I would not like that.
I don't like that. That's creepy.
Ew.
I have a couple stories, too, that I can from you. Well, are you done? You can go if you have a couple more.
Me and my dad and sister went. This is by Ethan _Mr. _Robbo. Me and my dad and sister went on a ghost tour in Tasmania. For the most part, it was lackluster until about the end. It was in a psych ward that was also conjoined with a prison. They got too out of hand. I walked in with my sister to one of the cells, and my left side of my body started to droop. I could barely speak properly or walk. My sister looked at me, horrified, and said, "Are you having a stroke?" At the time, I was 18, so statistically unlikely. I quickly hobbled out of the cell and sat down for a minute and felt fine right after. Turns out the guy who was in there died from a stroke in that cell.
Oh my gosh. That's so creepy.
Yeah.
Holy cow. You just gave me the chills. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to do one more, and then we're going to go to yours.
Sure.
This is by apprehensive_stuff19. I was about 14 and had lived in this obviously haunted house for a couple of months. I had tried to ignore the footsteps, feelings of being watched, and overall darkness that was in this house. One of my most prominent experiences was when I was up late finishing homework. I've always been a night owl, and I've never hallucinated or anything like that, so I truly believe what I saw was paranormal. I got up to place my books back on top of my clothing cabinet, which was pushed up against the wall where my door was. I heard footsteps, and my eyes went from my books to the shoes of a man who had stepped through my doorway. I thought it was my dad coming in to scold me for being up late, and began to say, "I know, I'm going to bed," but I looked up to find nothing. I was going to look for my dad, but stopped myself. It couldn't have been him. The shoes were dressy, black lace-up formal footwear. I could tell the pants were formal as well, slim cut and creased. I would compare it to the 1920s menswear. There was no way my dad, the only man in the house, would be wearing this at like 2 a.m. But I went looking anyway and found him snoring away. I have a couple more experiences in another house, but this one is what really made me believe.
Oof, that one's creepy too.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Ugh. You know, like, why do ghosts have to be creepy? And sometimes I feel like they want something, but like, don't be creepy. Just ask. Find a way to ask where it's not creepy. Or make yourself known. Like, but like, it's so beautiful when you hear stories like the guy in the car.
I know.
I've heard some other like nice stories where loved ones have saved you, and that's nice. Okay, so this is actually from the Kelly Clarkson show. So I saw this on TikTok and I started reading the comments. Are you laughing at me? And so they're actually like creepy. So it was just a section about comments on like stories, and she was like, "Nope, nope." And it was like a whole session like that. But these comments are a little bit scary. So when my son was 3, we were at a red light next to a cemetery. He started clapping, yelling, "Yay!" Then announced that he wanted to go play football with those kids. No kids were outside.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, there's a call. When my son was 4, he went to the cemetery. He said, "What happened here? Who are all these people?" No one was there. After I put flowers on Grandma's grave, he said, "Grandma says she's proud of..."
Kids are weird.
Because they can see things just like animals can.
More open to it.
I woke to my son giggling in his crib. I asked what he was laughing at. He pointed and said, "Papa, Sonny." That was my dad, who passed a year before he was born.
That's so sweet, visiting the baby.
Yeah, so that's sweet. Oh, I haven't been saying who they're posted by. They're on TikTok.
They're on the TikTok for the Kelly Clarkson show.
Yes. Heather 926. While driving in the car when my son was around 3, he would see his baby sister that passed away and say, "Hey, Mom, look, Paige is flying outside next to us."
Oh.
So some of that is sweet. Then Teresa Silguero said, while crossing over a bridge, one of my daughters at about 3 said, "The last time I went into the ocean, I died." She had never been in the ocean. I've heard some weird stories about kids in past lives.
Yeah.
Let's see. Want me to read one more?
One more.
Okay. This is by Courtney Hahn. When my son was 3, he was in his room giggling, saying, "Nanny, stop tickling me." My stepdad called me less than 3 minutes later to tell me my mom had just passed away.
Oh.
Oh, that's so sad.
She went to say goodbye.
Okay, I'm gonna read 2 more
Okay.
because that one is just like sweet, made me sad.
Yeah.
And the next one seems creepy, so then we'll read one more. So Sparkla777 said, "When I was a kid, I drew a picture of a demon-looking creature.
Mm.
My mom freaked out and asked what made me draw that. I later found out she had a nightmare about that creature years before I drew."
Ew, no, that gave me chills. I don't like that. It's too dark out for that one.
Yeah, okay. So Sweet Butterfly Boutique said, "When my oldest was a baby, I was teaching her sign language. Out of nowhere, she did the sign for angel, which I never taught her. I instantly smelled my grandma's perfume, and she died when I was 2.
Oh,
So that's kind of sweet.
it's so cute.
So yeah, so there's lots here. So if you go on TikTok under the Kelly Clarkson Show, read the comments under her nope section for Halloween. They're very, very good. Nope. There's a lot of nopes.
Nope.
So I think that's it for the week. Do you have anything else you'd like to share or add?
Nope. See you again next week.
Yes, no more spooky season.
Yeah, we're done with all the scary stories. So if you didn't like them,
yes,
you have until next October.
Right, because next week,
now it's time to get into the Christmas stories.
Christmas stories, thankful stories.
Oh yeah, first is Thanksgiving.
I know. In this house, we bypass decorating for
It's
Thanksgiving.
Halloween to Christmas.
Absolutely. So I get to decorate.
November 1st, the tree goes up.
Yep, next Friday.
Oh, that's next Friday, right?
Is next Friday the 1st?
I have no idea.
I have no idea. I just know it's a
It's
Friday
soon.
after Halloween.
Well, yeah, it's because the 28th is tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, Friday is the 1st. Woohoo! All right, guys, you guys have a good week and be kind.
Bye.